What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, people? Man, we got Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda coming up this week, man, and we got to talk about it right here. Hey, man, you know we got to talk about it right here on Likeable Dialogue.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Hey, man, listen, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, man. It's been a minute since we've been on, man. I apologize, man. I had some personal issues that I had to take care of, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm always helping people out, man. And I had a loved one that was sick, man. So I had to go and help him out. You know what I'm saying? And man, but listen, we are back though, man. We are back. Man, I did some giving back to the community while I was out as well, man. You know, I do my thing with giving back to the community, man. So man, you know, man, we are back, man. But other news, man, let's get on this boxing topic, y'all. Hey, listen, man, we got Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda is coming up, right, y'all? And my question to you guys, are you ready for the William Zepeda and Shakur Stevenson fight? It's going to be interesting, though, because the reason why I say it's going to be an interesting fight is because the simple fact is William Zepeda has a long reach. I'm not going to lie to you. William Zepeda has a long reach. He really does. He has a long reach. He don't come to play. He come to fight. And also, William Zepeda is coming to put on a show. But the most interesting part of this whole topic is that not only does William Zepeda come to fight, not only does William Zepeda come to put up a great performance, not only does William Zepeda has a long reach and he's an aggressive fighter, right? Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, is a tremendous defensive fighter. Whether you like Shakur Stevenson, whether you don't like Shakur Stevenson, at the end of the day, Shakur Stevenson is a what? A tremendous. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a tremendous fighter. At the end of the day, he's a tremendous fighter. A lot of people don't like Shakur Stevenson because they say he's boring. A lot of people don't like Shakur Stevenson because they say, oh, he's not this, he's not that. But Shakur Stevenson is ultimately a great fighter. And people just don't like his skill set, man. That's what I think. A lot of people don't like Shakur Stevenson because they say he's boring. A lot of people don't like Shakur Stevenson because they say he's not Tank and he's not knocking people out. But when he's going up against William Zepeda, will William Zepeda bring out the best of Shakur Stevenson? Right? That's the topic. That's the question that people got to ask themselves. That's the question that they have to ask themselves, right? I understand that Shakur is not the most explosive guy. I understand that Shakur Stevenson is not a Tank Davis and he's not knocking people out, even though he knocked out Josh Padley, but we're not counting that one. Hold on, wait a minute. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD,
The Kid.
and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. I understand that, and we're not counting Josh Padley as a knockout, right? Because Josh Padley was an electrician who got an opportunity to fight because of Kid Austin wasn't able to do his duties because he was sick or he had some stuff going on. Why is my head white? That's crazy. Because he had some things going on. Those of you guys that are watching, make sure you smash that like button, please. And then those of you that are watching, also make sure you are hitting that subscribe button and commenting if you're with us, man. Just say, hey, man, I'm here. Tap in. I'm here and I'm tapped in with you. You know what I mean? Because that helps me keep going longer. You know what I'm saying? That lets me know that you either enjoying the show or that you tuning in to the show. You know what I mean? Shakur Stevenson, man. I mean, I would say like Shakur Stevenson toughest fight. I know a lot of people is going to give me hell on this, right? But I would say his toughest fight, I would say, would be the De Los Santos fight, right? But he did what he had to do as far as like moving around the ring, boxing. And speaking of moving around the ring, and this, I was going to say this for like later on during the show, but we can talk about it right now, and we still can talk about it later on during the show. Speaking of moving around the ring, right? We heard Turkey Al-Sheikh talking about things such as, I don't want no more Tom and Jerry fights. Bro, you are not the boss of nobody. Turkey Al-Sheikh is not the boss of nobody. I'm going to say that again. Turkey Al-Sheikh only has 2 fighters, right? Right now, I would say that are really totally independent. That we know of that are known. Canelo, Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford don't even have a long-term deal with Turkey Al-Sheikh. He don't even have a long-term deal with Turkey Al-Sheikh. Terrence Crawford, the guy that basically put Turkey Al-Sheikh on the map with people, right? And he's not even signed 100% cold-heartedly with Turkey Al-Sheikh. He's not. And this is the thing. Canelo is signed with a 3-year deal. So you can say Canelo is your fighter. You can say that. But to say you don't want no more Tom and Jerry fights, bro, who are you? Bro, you are renting out fighters. You are renting out fighters. And the moment these promoters say, hey, I'm not renting out my fighter to you no more, then what are you going to do? You're only making a name for yourself by renting out these fighters. I'm just saying. You only renting out these fighters, bro. Like that is your only move. That is your only thing that you have, is that you are renting out fighters. You're renting out fighters, bro. So when you say things such as, I don't want no more of these Tom and Jerry fights, like, bro, you really being disrespectful, because at the end of the day, these fighters don't owe you anything. These fighters are fighters. Just like Terrence Crawford said. Terrence Crawford said it the best. Terrence Crawford said, what did Terrence Crawford say? He says, I'm not going to let nobody tell me how I need to fight. I'm not going to let nobody tell me what I need to do when I've been fighting all my life. But I will tell you is that I'm going to go in there and box. I'm going to go in there and do what I have to do. Who is Turkey Al-Sheikh? Come on now. You just the guy that's delivering the bag to the fighters. And then the fighters got to go in there and do what the fighters do. You can't tell these fighters what to do. If these fighters want to go in there and run around and box Turkey Al-Sheikh, then that's what they going to do. That's all I'm saying. Turkey Al-Sheikh is saying to Shakur Stevenson that he don't want Shakur Stevenson running around the ring. That is what he said. And then he goes on to say he's now whether he's been funny in a joking matter, ha ha ha, or unless he's been real, he says that he has a surprise for Shakur Stevenson. That is what he said, ladies and gentlemen. He says he has a surprise for Shakur Stevenson. And here it is what he says. He says, hold on, let me get this on the board for y'all, because it's quite interesting to me. He says, Turkey Al-Sheikh has promised a twist for July the 12th night, Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda. He says, we have a surprise for Shakur Stevenson on Saturday, a ring that shrinks at the fight as the fight goes on. Shakur says he's ready to deliver a beatdown for of William Zepeda and challenges of the biggest of his life. That is what he says. That's what he says. I can't read it on that screen. I have to read it on the big screen. That screen was too small. But that is what he ultimately says. He says that he don't have time for all of that. Hold on, y'all. I got to change the screen because that was too small. I couldn't read that. I'm going to read that for y'all again. All right, let me read that for y'all again because I couldn't read that. All right, so it says, where is it at? Here it is right here. All right, damn, I still can't read it. It's too small. Let me through it. All right, it says, we have a surprise for Shakur Stevenson on Saturday, a ring that shrinks as the fight goes on. Shakur says he is ready to deliver a beatdown of William Zepeda, and I know the Mexican is prepared for the challenge of the biggest fight of his life. Yo, but who is Turkey Al-Sheikh for him to say the things like to say the things that Shakur Stevenson is not? It's Shakur Stevenson. We have a surprise for you. If it's not in the contract, you can't put no surprise for me. If we agreed on the contract, what the size of that ring go be, you can't change that ring because now that contract is null and void. Hold on. Shout out to Likeable Down. And again, I don't know if Turkey is just being funny, but it comes off as if he's trying to be it comes off as if he's against Shakur Stevenson. But to me, the only reason why he will be giving Shakur Stevenson an opportunity is because of the love and brotherlyship that Terrence Crawford have with Shakur Stevenson. To me, it don't seem like Turkey Al-Sheikh is very fond of Shakur Stevenson. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's when I would ask you guys. Does it sound like Turkey Al-Sheikh is very fond of Shakur Stevenson? It doesn't come off as if he's very fond of Shakur Stevenson. I'm just saying it doesn't come off as if he's very fond of Shakur Stevenson. Every opportunity that he gets, it seems like he's just goes against the grain against Shakur Stevenson for some particular reason. I don't know why. It just seems like he's just always going up against the grain. My boy DT in the building. DT says, I finally caught you. What's up, my brother? Man, bro, I'm sorry. DT, brother, it's not you, bro. It's not you, bro. It's not you, bro. It was me. I had some personal things that was going on last month was like a bad time, but it was good. It was messed up because we was going up, you know what I'm saying? We was going up and going up and going up. You know what I mean? But honestly, man, I kind of needed a little break from the channel, bro. I had some personal things that was going on. Had to go take care of some family stuff, man. And then, we had some give backs to the community that I was already what can I say? I was already dedicated to, you know what I'm saying, or already booked for. And so I had to do that, man. But really, mostly it was like some family stuff. I had to go help take care of my brother and stuff, man. But I kept trying to come on, man, but it just didn't work out, bro. But I think I really needed that break because sometimes the mental, man, on the channel, bro, it be kind of like messed up, though. You know what I'm saying? But we are back, man, and I promise y'all, bro, like this month is gonna be a lit month for us, man. It's gonna be a lit. Hey, and also, man, y'all gonna see a lot of reruns too, though, man. Like throughout the week, sometime I'm gonna keep something on the channel, okay? So how we live is when you comment and I'm answering and I'm getting to the comments. You know what I'm saying? So I've noticed that we can also make money too off the reruns. So which I don't know why I never thought about that, but the reruns go be too. So make sure y'all tapping in and catching the reruns or just smashing the like button just because, man, just support the channel, man. You know what I mean? But we can gain new audience by re-airing some of our content because I put a lot of work into this, man. Y'all don't really realize, like, man, the sacrifice that I stay away from my family and stuff, bro. This is a huge sacrifice here, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, running a YouTube channel is you have to be really dedicated. And man, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I was stressed because shit, I do a lot of stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Likeable Dialogue, though.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
But definitely though, bro, we are back though, man. My boy DT, we are back, man. And man, I'm gonna be coming with some great content for y'all, man. I am, man. All right, so my boy DT says, only thing Turkey fond of is money. No, facts, bro. Shout out to that boy DT. Right, bro. That's really the only thing he's fond of is money, bro. And that's the thing. It's like, bro, how can you, Turkey Al-Sheikh, say that you don't want nobody dancing around the ring, but you praise a guy that can't even cut off the ring? Hold on. So we already know what Terrence Crawford is going to do when he get the opportunity. At least I know what Terrence Crawford is going to do. Terrence Crawford is going to run around. He's going to run around the ring. But the difference is between him and William Skull is he's going to run around the ring, but actually fight. That's the difference. He's going to run around the ring, but actually fight. But Shakur Stevenson, man, I don't really feel like I really, really, truly, and honestly, in my opinion, don't feel like Turkey Al-Sheikh is very fond of Shakur Stevenson. Because every opportunity he gets, he's like he talks down on Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? And I know if I'm Shakur Stevenson, I got to feel that too, right? Like, I got to feel like that this guy really don't like me like that, right? But he probably only rock with me because of Terrence. Because now, Turkey Al-Sheikh and Terrence are like this. But Shakur Stevenson and Turkey Al-Sheikh, I don't see them being best buds. I don't see him always talking good about him. You know, another person who I always heard that he don't talk good about? And he's borrowing his fighters. Like, I don't hear him talk good about Eddie Hearn. I don't hear him always talking good about Oscar De La Hoya. But you borrowing their fighters. You renting out their fighters. Every time you see a Golden Boy, anytime you see a Golden Boy, a Matchroom, a PBC, a top-ranked fighter on a Riyadh card season, he got to pay them. He's got to pay them. So when he said that Oscar De La Hoya wasted his time with that question, bro, you had to pay him. You paid him for his fighters. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I just, man, they really need to, we got to reevaluate Turkey, man. And he's not a great matchmaker. He's not a great matchmaker, man. He's not. I'm sorry, y'all. He's not. Yes, he's giving us some fights that we want. We want it, right? Some. But and I don't really feel like, man, I'm going to go on the limb and say this, bro. Like, I know Terrence is his guy, but I just don't, man. I'm going to hold that one off. Turkey doesn't appreciate skill boxing. He wants barbarians brawling every night. Factual. Facts, bro. He want everybody just fighting all hard out, but he doesn't really appreciate. Bro, this is not UFC. You should have went to UFC, gang. You should have went to UFC. This is not UFC. This is not MMA. This is boxing. This is the sweet science. This is the sweet science. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I know a lot of people discredit Shakur Stevenson. I know a lot of people don't give Shakur Stevenson his credit. But Shakur Stevenson is a skilled level boxer. And and you either go get with it or you ain't. Like, bro, you can't tell that man that you don't want no Tom and Jerry boxing match. Shakur Stevenson is a skilled fighter. He's going to utilize that whole ring. What? It's a ring. It's made to be utilized. And when he go up against William Zepeda, bro, you just gonna have to just give him his credit. Shakur Stevenson is overdue for credit, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. Like, I can't sit here and act like he's not overdue for credit. Shakur Stevenson is overdue for credit. And if you respect boxing, if you like boxing, you gotta give the man his credit, bro. We got to give him his credit. Yeah, he don't knock everybody out like Tank. Yeah, everybody ain't Tank. Everybody ain't bringing people down from their weight class neither, though. I'm just saying, bro. We got to give Shakur Stevenson more credit, y'all. And the more we discredit fighters like Shakur Stevenson and continue to praise fighters like Tank, and there's nothing wrong with Tank, but I'm saying the more we just discredit skill level fighters, defensive fighters like Shakur Stevenson, man, the boxing community would never elevate, bro. Like, we want stoppages. Yeah, I want a stoppage. Yeah, heck yeah, I want a stoppage. I want to be like, dang, I want that. But Shakur Stevenson, I understand, like, he talks a big game, and he says he's gonna put on more than what he actually puts on. But at the end of the day, it's about do you get an L on your record or do you get a W on your record? And at the end of the night, Shakur Stevenson walks out with the W. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, at the end of the night, Shakur Stevenson walks out with the W. Here it is right here, guys. It says, an amazing fight. Hold on, let me take this off. He says, an amazing, this is a solution to delivering for Saturday night. Shakur with basically he's talking about the shrinking of the ring, basically. Shakur and William Zepeda. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically him being funny, honestly, though. He says, we have a twist as the ring will shrink. He says the ring will shrink as the fight goes on. Now, I don't know if Turkey is being funny, right? But if he's being funny, then ha, 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 right? You being funny. I get it, bro. Like, that's cool. You being funny, right? I get it. But it always seems like he's joking with, it's just, to me, is it me, guys, or is it you guys as well, right? And this is just a real life, legitimate question that I have for you guys. Is it me, or is it me, or is it that Shakur Stevenson always have negative jokes coming from Turkey Al-Sheikh? Is it me, or is it that Turkey Al-Sheikh always having negative comments, man? My boy DT says he's dead serious. That would be his dream. And I can't disagree with DT on that one, y'all. I think Turkey is dead serious too. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. I really feel like Turkey Al-Sheikh is serious too, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I really do feel like he's serious, man. I feel like he's serious. Let me get rid of some of these. That's really pretty cool. Let me try some of these new background layouts that I see. My bad, y'all. I'll be doing stuff, looking at different stuff, and I'll be like, okay. Boom. But yeah, man. So yeah, he is dead serious, man. But the thing is, it's like, brother, how can you be that serious when this guy is coming over to your platform, right? He's coming over to your platform. He signed with another fighter. He signed with another promoter. Yeah, he's coming over to your platform because you giving him the money. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, like, we got to put some respect. Like, can we get some respect? You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta talk about that, bro. Like, we gotta get some respect on some of these fighters' names, bro, because I don't think it's fair. If I'm being honest, I don't think it's fair. I'm trying to do something right here in the background real quick, guys. 1 second. But in other news, though, man, Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, man. Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, I think they had a couple of words, but at the end of the day, man, until that fight happened, That fight, like, do y'all think we gonna have that fight? I don't know if that fight is actually gonna happen though. The cool though. My boy DT says, what is it? That is what he considered innovation to boxing. The shrinking ring would be his legacy. Yo, fact. Facts, bro. The shrinking ring would be his fantasy, bro. It would be his fantasy, right? Because he can then control the what? He can then control boxing. He can then control it, right? He's already controlling it with his money, if you really think about it, right? He's already controlling it with his money. But at that particular point, he can then control boxing as a whole. He can then control boxing, right? He can then control the running around the ring. He can then control, like, hey, man, now they got to go in there and squabble like they some wild animals in a cage. No pun intended to the UFC or anything like that, but I'm just saying he can then try to control the narrative a little bit better than just saying like, oh, let's just go see these fighters, like they can't run around in the ring. Like, bruh, bruh, like honestly, I know a lot of people don't like Mayweather, but the thing to boxing is hit and not get hit. So of course I'm gonna hit and I'm gonna try my best not to get hit, because what do they say? It only takes one punch. You know, the crazy thing is Turkey Al-Sheikh is coming into this boxing community, y'all. And you know, I know a lot of people say, oh, thank you for this particular fight. But he's rubbing the boxing community like wrong for real, man, with his jokes. Like for me, I'm not even like, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like, honestly, bro, like I'm not a diehard Shakur Stevenson fan, but I respect Shakur Stevenson as a boxer. And if Shakur fighting, I'm gonna tune in, but I'm not a diehard Shakur Stevenson fan. But for like, just think about the diehard Shakur Stevenson fans. And this guy gets on social media and he says things such as, Turkey Al-Sheikh saying things such as, we have a surprise for Shakur Stevenson. We're going to have the ring shrinking as the rounds go on. It's like, bro, it's like, you want me to tap into your product? Like, now I'm talking from the business side of it, right? You want us to watch your product, Riyadh season, and buy your product pay-per-view. If it's on pay-per-view, you want us to buy it. And you want to talk down on the fighters. Like, and the thing is, like my boy DT says, is he's not used to people talking back for him. He's a dictator, bruh. And he's a guy that, I dare you talk back to me. Think about the press conference that he had when Canelo versus Crawford. Let's take y'all back to that, right? Let's take y'all back there for a second. And actually, man, I wish I could actually find a clip. I think I had it. But let's just go back there, right, for a second, man. Let's just go back there for a second, right? To the Canelo versus Crawford press conference. And when they asked for a question, they said, we're going to open up the questions to the media. And the media opens up. And the first person that asks a question is a person in Riyadh season. They're not used to seeing Canelo. They're not used to seeing Crawford. I'm talking about the press conference that was in Riyadh season. They're not used to seeing Canelo. They're not used to seeing Terrence Crawford. So one of the media personnel from Riyadh stood up and answered a question in Riyadh language. And Turkey got mad. He says, the next question I want it to be from international, meaning the US, because we're international to them. That's what he says. It's like, bro, who are you? And then he didn't even answer. He didn't even let us international people know what the question was. He says that, for one, I want this, and I want that. And I want the media I want it to be from the international media, meaning the US. Come on, bro. Like, Turkey, you got to do better, brother. You got to do better. My boy says, targeting a Pacific fight That's not bias at all. Targeting a Pacific fight is not biased at all. I wouldn't say like him targeting a Pacific fight, that's not being biased. But what I would say, like, being biased to me would be as far as like you targeting a fighter, bro. That's you saying fight, but I'm saying fighter. So maybe that's what you meant, fighter. But if you saying targeting a Pacific fighter is not being biased at all, I would have to disagree respectfully. I would have to disagree because if you targeting a certain fighter, that's being biased. If you targeting a certain fighter, that's being biased. You never said anything about William Zepeda. You never, and bro, you supposed to be the promoter. You supposed to be promoting this fight. You the promoter. You're not God. You a promoter. My boy says that's what I meant. I was being sarcastic. Okay, shout out to my boy DT. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy LD,
the kid,
and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Shout out to my boy DT out there, man. But I'm serious though, man. Like targeting a fighter is biased, bro, and it goes off to show. Remember when the one fighter was in the ring, and what did Turkey Al-Sheikh do? You're 2 rounds behind. What the? Bro, imagine if Bob Arum or Al Heyman did that. Imagine if Al Heyman went out there and did that and said that you 2 rounds behind to that, bro. Come on. Imagine if Eddie Hearn did that. Imagine if Bob Arum did that. Imagine if Al Heyman did that. Imagine it. Imagine if Al Heyman or Eddie Hearn did that, telling a fighter that they 2 rounds behind. Imagine that. Bro, we would be in World War III right now, bro. Imagine that. Turkey receives backlash for revealing scorecards to Muslim fighter mid-fight, trying to assist him to win victory over PBC fighter Carlos Adames. Bro, tell me if Al Heyman did that, the boxing community wouldn't come from his neck, bro. This is why I'm skeptical on Turkey Al-Sheikh. This is why I'm skeptical on this guy, bruh. I'm sorry. This is why I'm skeptical on him, man. You know? But to go into little details about this fight, right? So here's a depth preview of Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda, set for July the 12th, 2025 at the Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York, y'all. So the stakes in the background: Shakur Stevenson, he's 23-0, 11 KOs, and is the reigning WBC lightweight champion and a 3-division title holder, y'all. At the age of 27, he brings the elite defensive skills and boxing IQ often compared to the greats like Mayweather and Pernell Whitaker, y'all. But what about William Zepeda? William Zepeda, 33-0, 27 KOs. So what does that mean for July the 12th that we're going to be tuned into? That means somebody's gotta go. And not only that, right? Shakur Stevenson been calling out William Zepeda. Shakur Stevenson been calling out William Zepeda for some time now. Give me William Zepeda. Give me William Zepeda. What is it about William Zepeda that Shakur Stevenson want to fight him for? Do Shakur Stevenson feel like he has what it takes to beat William Zepeda? Does Shakur Stevenson feels like he knows how to beat William Zepeda? We've seen what happened to Tevin Former. Tevin Former had that same confidence, but he fell short. He also fell short against who? Kid Austin, and got knocked down. So Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, has a different mindset about this fight, y'all. So this gonna be an interesting fight. I can't wait. But again, Shakur Stevenson, 23-0, 11 KOs, and is the reigning WBC light heavyweight champion and a 3-division title holder. At the age of 27, he brings his elite defense, skill, boxing, and IQ, often compared to the likes of Mayweather and Pernell Whitaker. Williams Zepeda, 33-0, 27 KOs. And believe it or not, Shakur Stevenson just, on his last fight, Shakur Stevenson is coming off of a KO. Whether y'all want to give it to him or not, he beat Josh Padley. He got the KO, right? Right. I understand Josh Padley was not ready and prepared because of the Kid Austin fallout. I get it. But he's coming off of a KO. Williams Zepeda, 33-0, 27 KOs, is the WBC interim lightweight champion, and he's known for the high punch volume, relentless, his pressure, and heavy power. But will Shakur Stevenson have what it takes in order for him to offset the power, offset the pressure, offset what Williams Zepeda is going to bring on Saturday night, July the 12th? What's going to happen with this fight, guys? What do you think? My boy DT says Zepeda doesn't have the willpower, need to keep up with Shakur. That is sort of kind of interesting though, DT. And the reason why I say it's sort of kind of interesting because I remember seeing Williams Zepeda going up against Tevin Farmer, and there were times that Williams Zepeda could have been more busy to get Tevin Farmer out of there, and he didn't. He's like slowed down, like he stopped. You know what I mean? And so I really do feel like Williams Zepeda, yeah, man, that is interesting, bro. You know, you said that he doesn't have the willpower. I'm going to say, does he has the stamina to keep up? Because there were times where Williams Zepeda took his feet off the gas. He took his feet off the gas against Tevin Farmer, and he could have been a little bit more busier. He loses focus. Yeah, I agree, brother. He loses focus. That is true, man. He loses focus a lot, bro. So that is true, man. Shout out to my boy DT out there, man. My boy DT, no, I hit the wrong buttons that time. I apologize, DT. But that is true though. He does lose his focus. And he often yeah, man, he slows down, man, a lot, bro. But we gotta see, man. We just gotta see, man. He recently averaged a narrow split over Tevin Farmer, right? Let's talk about some of the strengths, right? Style matchups. Let's talk about the strengths, right? Some of the strengths. So I know a lot of fighters, again, I know a lot of boxing fans, a lot of people that watch boxing, they don't really care for Shakur Stevenson, right? But Shakur Stevenson is a skilled fighter. He's a slick fighter. You know what? Shakur Stevenson sort of kind of reminds me of Mayweather towards the end of his career, right? Mayweather wasn't going to take the unnecessary risks. He's going to go in there and he's going to do the job. He's going to complete the task at hand. You know what I mean? So that's what sort of kind of like Shakur Stevenson reminds me of, like Mayweather towards the end of his career. And it's not bad. Shakur Stevenson is going to go in there and do the necessary to win. And as long as he gets to win, he goes on to the next match. And you guys can talk negatively about him. My thing with Shakur Stevenson, I feel like Shakur Stevenson wants the fans to appreciate him. Shakur Stevenson wants the fans to love him, and he knows that a lot of fans don't like him, but he know he has a great fan base, but he know most of the community don't like him. And I feel like Shakur Stevenson needs the fans to like him, right? He wants that. He urges that. But the thing is, I feel like at this point, Shakur Stevenson, it's time for you to go ahead and adapt the adapt the Mayweather style, bro. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I got the music all up, man. What's up with y'all, bro? Y'all know this ain't for that. But anyway, But anyway, Shakur Stevenson, I feel like Shakur Stevenson needs to adapt the Mayweather style and start going back at the fans, bro. Adapt that style. Like, if it's F me, it's F you. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like Shakur Stevenson needs to do, man. And I feel like if he does that, then bro, like imagine that, bro. Because Shakur Stevenson wants the fans to like him. He wants to. He knows that people goes against him. He knows that people are going to criticize his performance, no matter how good his performance is. His performance against De Los Santos, I thought it was pretty good, but he didn't. And I feel like Shakur Stevenson will never be satisfied with his performance. Truly, because he wants the fans to like him, and if he don't hear the cheering and he hear boos, then he's gonna say, man, I didn't do my best. But at times when he say he didn't do his best, Shakur Stevenson is great, and I feel like Shakur Stevenson is at the point where Mayweather was at the end of his career, how he was fighting. I feel like Shakur Stevenson fights like that. And what I mean is he doesn't take the unnecessary risks, y'all. He doesn't. And it's nothing wrong with that, bro. You guys have to respect the sweet science, man. That's just what I'm saying. And at the point that we start respecting fighters like Shakur Stevenson is the moment when boxing will be improved within itself, because everybody's not knocking everybody out, bro. Everybody just not doing it. And think of it too, like, yeah, Tank had a close fight with Lamont Roach, right? Yeah. And Lamont Roach, we can say that Lamont Roach won that fight, right? Some people can say Lamont Roach won the fight, whether you like Tank or not, right? But the thing is, it's like the moment Tank goes to distance with somebody, oh, they won the fight. You see what I'm saying? We have to appreciate the non-knockouts as much as we appreciate the knockouts. Just saying. My boy DT says, unfortunately, he's not as boastful as Mayweather. Yo, man, I you know what? And that's true. But I'm saying maybe he needs to start like acting like it or something, bro. Like he needs to start doing something, bro. Because all I'm saying is it'll be nice. You know what I'm saying? It'll be nice, bro, because bro, you know what I'm saying? They don't respect you. You gotta go in there and do it. So I want to talk about some of the strengths real quick. So let's talk about some of the strengths for both fighters, right? Shakur Stevenson is a elite boxer puncher, right? He's sharp. He has a tremendous counter punching style. He got great footwork and he got angles, right? And let's rewind that back. Let's say that again, right? Shakur Stevenson is an elite boxer. He's a sharp puncher. He's a counter puncher. And he has what? Great footwork. How do you know he got great footwork? Because if he didn't have great footwork, Turkey Al-Sheikh wouldn't be saying stuff like this. Wouldn't be saying stuff like he's going to shrink the ring as the fight goes on. He wouldn't be saying stuff like that. So Shakur Stevenson has great footwork, right? Now, what are the strengths of William Zepeda? He's a high volume pressure. He has knockout power. I'm not going to say he has great stamina as far as like as the rounds go on, because I see he fades. But that's going to be part of the challenges that we're going to list. So let's just focus on the strengths. The strengths of William Zepeda: high volume pressure, knockout power, and he throws about 80 punches per round. So that is something Shakur Stevenson is going to have to worry about, right? So with his elite punching and his footwork and everything, he's going to have to, and he's a great defensive fighter, Shakur Stevenson is. But the thing is, he's going to have to prepare for the heavy volume that William Zepeda is going to bring his way. William Zepeda is going to bring a high volume of pressure to him and a high volume of punches to him. Now, we've seen what he did with De Los Santos. He's moved around the ring and he did his thing. But in this particular fight, Shakur Stevenson he likes to headhunt a lot. But Shakur Stevenson in this particular fight against William Zepeda, Shakur Stevenson is going to have to do what? Go to the body early, because William Zepeda, he fades out. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about the challenges of Shakur Stevenson. He's criticized for his low output, seems as overly cautious, right? He's overly cautious. I just said that he doesn't take the unnecessarily steps, right? The challenges for William Zepeda: technically less polished, and will this overwhelm Stevenson defense? No. Eddie Hearn highlights that Zepeda's aggression should force Stevenson to box more visibly and showcase his battle-tested skills. Stevenson insists this the most important fight of his career and vows to reveal a harder and more aggressive side. So this would be on July the 12th on the undercard of Edgar Berlanga, which is crazy because I feel like this probably should be the good. This actually gonna be, you got Sabria on this, Alberto Polo versus Sabria, Matias, and David Morale. Oh wow, bruh.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Bro, I did not realize David Morale was on this card. Bro, I'm tuning into this fight. Bro, I did not realize David Morale was on this undercard. Wow, bro. What I've been that's how you know I've been away from the channel like from last month. This gonna be a great fight card. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'll probably get off when Berlanga get on because I don't really care about that fight. I really don't. But wait a minute. This is crazy, yo. I'm watching that David Morale fight. That's crazy. It says, what makes this fight key? Right? Master boxer versus power artist. Stevenson needs a strong, exciting win to silence the critics, calling him too loud built. Big opportunity for Zepeda, though, because if Zepeda wins this fight, if William Zepeda win this fight, yo, and let's just say he get a KO, let's say he knocks Shakur Stevenson down somehow. Just wishful thinking, right? Boy, the boxing community will go ballistics. I'm just saying, y'all.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
The boxing community will go ballistics if William Zepeda win this fight. But I'm just saying, y'all, Shakur Stevenson needs to get this fight in a great win. He needs this fight in an orderly fashion, yo. Like if Zepeda somehow wins this fight and dominates, then Shakur Stevenson, bro, whew, talking about deals off the table, people gonna be coming for him. You know what I mean? Then we probably won't get the Kid Austin versus Shakur Stevenson fight again. I really want to see that fight, man. Hopefully Turkey can make that fight come back. You know what I'm saying? The William Zepeda the Shakur Stevenson versus Kid Austin fight, man. That would be a good fight. I'm ready for it. If we can get that fight back on. But this is a big opportunity for Zepeda, man. And Zepeda can make himself become a top tier lightweight and dethrone Shakur Stevenson if he gets the win. But Stevenson will likely rely on the jab and counterpunch tactics, right? And Zepeda must cut off the ring. He got to cut off the ring. You heard what Turkey saying that he's going to make the ring smaller. So he got to cut off the ring and capitalize on the volume of punches that Shakur Stevenson is not that really heavy on punches, but when he let him go, he let him go. The WBC officially ordered Stevenson versus Zepeda in April with negotiations plus bid. We ain't got to talk about that. But the final take as fascinating as this clash, defensive mastery versus offensive volume, it's a test and not just skills, but resolve and fan appeal. Remember when I said that Shakur Stevenson been asking for this fight, y'all? He's been clamoring for this fight. Give me Williams Zepeda. Give me Williams Zepeda. Give me Williams Zepeda. Well, now you got Williams Zepeda, sir. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy LD. And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. What are you going to do now that you got Williams Zepeda? My boy DT says, Oscar already said he worried about Zepeda in this fight. Oscar say that about everybody, bro. Like when he think that he's the winner. If you have you noticed though, like Oscar said that about Kid Austin. Oscar said that about a lot of his fighters when they go up against an elite fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like he said that same stuff about Virgil when he went up against Madrimal. Like Oscar always saying that, bro. Like it's like you like he like when Kid Austin went up against William Zepeda, he said that how dominant Tevin Farmer was and all of this, and really didn't really touch too many bases on Kid Austin. Was like, but Kid Austin he's young, he can do it, he can fight, but it's like he's always doubting his fighters, bro. And I'll take that back. I'll take that back. I apologize. He's not doubting his fighters, but he looks at the big picture and be like, okay, this can be something that he can potentially lose. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I take Oscar De La Hoya in his opinion. You know what I mean? But it's a legit opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's a legit opinion. You know what I'm saying? He's going up against Shakur Stevenson. They said that about Ryan when they went up against Tank, even though they wasn't wrong. But I wonder how different it would have been had Ryan was his regular weight. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of Ryan called out Rolly again and told him to let's run it back. So will we get that fight again? Will we get that fight again? You know what I mean? You got to remember, even if we get that fight again, it still would be in the back of his head, and Ryan's head that he got knocked down and Rolly won. You know what I mean? And that flash jab that he was doing, like he had Rolly at one point, but then Rolly survived, and Rolly just came and pow, 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 pow. You know what I mean? So, it just things like that, man. But listen, guys, man, listen. I think this was a great debate today, man. I will be back on tomorrow, man. I'm going to come on tomorrow. I got to make it up for y'all, man. I got to make it up, man. Hey, did y'all notice, too? I was on time today, too, man. Hey, what's up, time? This your boy. And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. And I was on time today, too, man. So, but yeah, man, I think we had a great conversation, man. Just to give you guys a recap, man. Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda, man. This is a great fight. I feel like this card is actually pretty good, man. They got Sabril Matisse on there. They got David Morrell on there. I didn't realize how good this fight card was, man. So on Saturday night, I will be live. And if y'all want to come and watch the fight with me, man, come watch the fight with me, man. And I didn't realize how good this fight was. So I will be tapped in and tuned in to this particular fight. But who wins this fight? Will it be Shakur Stevenson or will it be William Zepeda, man? We will tune in July the 12th for this particular showdown. And guess what, man? Shakur Stevenson, sharp puncher, tremendous footwork, great defensive fighter. But will that work against a William Zepeda, who is a pressure fighter, come forward fighter, throws a lot of punches, but at times he slows down as the ring and the fight goes on. So the question is, who wins, Shakur Stevenson or William Zepeda? Appreciate it, guys. I'm out here. I'm your host, LD the Kid, and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy, and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Likeable Dialogue. Make sure y'all following us on Instagram. Make sure you guys are following us on social media, man, at Likeable dialogue. Hey guys, that part of the segment was called subscriber questions, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to press the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, and don't forget to press the like button so everybody can participate in that, right? Press the like button, please. That helps the channel grow, okay? And listen, don't forget to press that subscribe button. Great show. Thank you guys. It's your boy LD.
Good kid.
And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue.
To press that subscribe button and stay tuned for more on Likeable Dialogue.
Likeable Dialogue. Go to the Instagram and follow us. Go hit the subscribe button on the page. Go to the TikTok, the Facebook, the Twitter. Go support at Likeable Dialogue and check out the memberships, guys. Come a member. I promise you, you won't have this much access to another YouTuber like you will have to me. Check it out. Tune in with us. I appreciate you guys.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.